So if you're looking for a home where you want to negotiate the price, new construction home is not where you want to be. I'm just gonna put it out there like that. Welcome to the Property Playbook CLT. My name is Andrea Robson, Modern Realty, and I created this platform because I do believe in order to win in real estate, you have to have a strategic plan. So today we'll be discussing resale properties versus new construction properties. Which one is better for you? So stay tuned if that is something that you're interested in. Subscribe to the channel and share with your family and friends. So let's go ahead and get into the video. First, I want to discuss the difference between a resale property and a new construction home. A resale property is a property with a previous owner. A new construction home is a property that's newly built or never been lived in. So that's basically the difference between the two. So now I really want to dive into the pros and cons of a resale property first, and then the pros and cons of a new construction home. So I want to discuss the pros and cons of a resale property. One of the major pros about a resale property is the neighborhood is already established, meaning you can do your own research about that neighborhood. For an example, you can research the schools, you're able to research any parks, you're able to research any local shops before you move into the property. So that is pretty great versus a new construction home. You have to wait until the property is developed and then the developments around the property. Major pro. Another pro about a resale property is if you're in a time crunch, you can move into a resale property between 30 to 45 days, depending on how quick your lender can go through underwriting. So once you find your home, within the next 30 days, about a month, you can move right in because the home is already completed. Versus with a new construction home, it can take about maybe 4 to 6 months tentatively to move into the property. So that's something to take into consideration whenever you're in the market doing your research with resale versus a new construction home. Another major pro when it comes to resale properties is the negotiations. I'm going to tell you this. Resale properties are more likely to negotiate the price than new construction properties. Reasons being is because you have a seller who is motivated to sell their home. So if they know they had to update the paint or they didn't replace carpets or things of that nature, they're more likely to negotiate the price with you versus a new construction home where the price is the price. And I'm gonna dive into that in a minute. But I know those are some major pros when it comes to buying a resale property. The neighborhood is established, you can move in rather quickly, and you can negotiate some terms. Now, some cons when it comes to a resale property is it is older. The home could be older, meaning the home style could be older. I know some people like the open concept style homes. I personally like separate rooms, but I know some people like open concepts. So some resale properties may not have that type of style. So that could be something that could be a turnoff when it comes to buying a resale property. Also, the appliances, the HVAC, the water heater, those could possibly need to be replaced. So I know that could be costly at times. We have homes that are built in 1970s. We have homes that could be built to 2024. It really just depends on the home that you select. The roof needs to be replaced. The HVAC could need to be replaced, as well as the water heater. These are all major functions that need to be replaced in older homes, possibly. So that could be a major con because it could be very costly. So just take those things into consideration when it comes to pros and cons about buying a resale home. Okay, so let's talk about new construction homes. So with new construction homes, which should be very obvious, it's new. Everything is brand new. HVAC's new, roof new, water heaters new, and usually it's more energy efficient when it comes to these appliances. So that's one major load off of your mind. You don't have to replace anything, especially for the next maybe 10, 15 years if you live in that home. So that's really great. Another great thing about a new construction home is, also the layout. The layout, usually nowadays you see more of an open concept home with the island in the kitchen. A lot of people really gravitate to that type of style home nowadays, and that could be perfectly fine for you. So if that's something that you are looking into, then new construction home is definitely the route you want to go. Another major pro is you can customize it to an extent. I know with a lot of new construction communities, they will give you selected options that you can pick from, or you have new construction communities where you can go to a design studio. Either way, you are able to select, how do I want my cabinets to look, or what kind of carpet or floors do I want, and what color cabinets and color, not walls, because they're gonna paint it white. Just gonna let y'all know. But what are the different colors, the type of countertops that I want? Do I want quartz? Do I want granite? You have the option to customize your home. So that's a major pro when it comes to new construction versus resale, where you get what you get. Another major pro when it comes to new construction communities is it comes with warranties. So usually with new construction communities, they come with a 1, 2, and a 10-year warranty. And that is broken down. They'll describe it to you. You'll cover everything within 1 year, 2 years, everything behind the walls, like the plumbing, electricity, and then 10 years is more external or structural, like the roof or anything with the concrete, anything like that. It usually comes with the warranties versus pre-sale or resale home. You have to get your own. So that's definitely something to take into consideration. And lastly, when it comes to some pros with new construction homes, the builder, not nowadays, the builder pays your closing costs. Have you seen nowadays where they say, oh, we'll give you $20,000 towards closing, $15,000 towards closing? That's their incentives. Now I will let you know that closing costs and down payment are two different things, okay? So they're covering your closing costs. You still got to come with your down payment. So they're covering the closing attorney, the titles, the things of that nature. But it's usually handled. So that's pretty great about new construction homes. Now, some of the cons when it comes to new construction homes, I told you I was going to discuss this price. The price is firm. We're not shaking the price. Not we, like I'm a part of it, but they're not shaking the price of the home. Reasons being it's new. It's a new construction home. They've done their research. So if you're looking for a home where you want to negotiate the price, new construction home is not where you want to be. I'm just gonna put it out there like that. Also, another thing about new construction homes that's a con is the delays. They will give you a date. Let's just say it's April 20th. They'll give you a date. That date may not be the date you move in. So if you plan to move in on the 20th and you got your boxes and everything together, maybe a week or a couple weeks beforehand, they'll say, you know what, we actually got some delays in this or delays in that, so we got to push it back to May 1st. If you are a person who needs that type of structure when it comes to the date, maybe new construction is not where you want to be. Maybe you want to go to resale. However, you have a little bit of flexibility, just go ahead and check out new construction home. And last but not least, I know a lot of people do not like this when it comes to new construction home is it could be cookie cutter because there's HOAs. I'm not about 9 times out of 10, if you move into a new construction community, there will be an HOA. If you do not like an HOA, I'm not saying don't move into a new construction community, but just be aware. The HOAs can be low as $22 a month, but I've seen it as high as I've seen it as high as like $320 a month with HOAs. And sometimes with HOAs nowadays, they don't come with pools. They don't come with playgrounds. It's just there for like landscaping and making sure the area is well kept and the street lights and things of that nature. But I've seen it. I've seen it. So if you're really concerned about HOAs, then I wouldn't even look at new construction community personally. So those are some of the pros and cons when it comes to new construction homes. Now that we have the pros and cons of resale properties versus new construction properties, which property is better for you? If you're in today's market and want to buy either a resale or new construction home and want to start your own game plan, feel free to contact me. My name is Andrea Robson, Motor and Realty, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Property Playbook CLT.